I hate New Orleans. And it's like the most unpopular opinion to have.
Yeah.
It's
It
truly,
really just rattled me when you said that.
I don't like New Orleans.
What did they do to you?
I never went there before I quit drinking, so it never served any purpose for me in terms of like fun, like all the things you do there. You eat beignets. I don't really eat carbs or sugar. I don't eat meat. I can't do like crawfish. I don't drink. I can't partake in Mardi Gras. I don't like plastic waste, and it's like hanging from every tree.
You
and
can't talk like you're on the
It just
bayou.
reminds me like the world is. I'm just like there's trash in the trees, and I know it's like I know it's like a parade can break out anywhere, but so can like hepatitis because there's like needles in the streets on Bourbon. Like that was the line that I came up with.
And if you need help, you can't understand anyone that's talking. You're like, there's trash here. They're like, oh, there's trash on top.
It's You Up with Nikki Glaser. In studio, such a fun show. Holy moly. Ian Finance is here because it's Thursday.
That's right, baby.
So glad you're here, Ian. Love you so much.
Love you.
Also, comedian Nore Davis is here.
Hey,
you can
hey,
catch out his Comedy Central half hour, which airs tomorrow, Friday, November 8th at 11 p.m. Make sure you just set your DVR, expose yourself to new comedians who you're going to like follow their careers and be able to be like, I was there in the beginning before this guy blew up. It's such an honor to be able to say that for people when like someone you've loved early on becomes famous. And I have 3 guys in here who are destined for it. So Nore Davis, check him out.
You.
Seriously, Mike Feeney, his new album Rage Against the Routine. This guy is a comedian who I have not seen yet. I have to be honest with you, Mike.
It's really funny.
But like everyone whose opinion I respect is like says such great things about you. So that's
great
almost
to hear.
like better than if I've seen you.
Yeah,
'cause
please don't ever see me now. Just go off that.
I know, right? That's our high expectations. But no, seriously, check out his new album. Expose yourself to new stand-up. Be a stand-up connoisseur. Rage Against the Routine is the name of the album. Ian Finance, when are you going to have a goddamn album?
Oh, man. I've been flirting with the idea. And I did a thing the other night that I would like to do, and I want to hone it, perfect it, if you will. But I hosted my own hour.
Yes.
So I was the only one on stage. It just introduced me, and I warmed up the crowd and went in and out of like crowd work material for like the whole hour with no one else.
Was it great?
Yeah, it was really, really fun.
That's
It
a
was like
college
nice-
gig. That's a college
Yeah,
gig
that's
on
a
a Wednesday
college-
night in the cafeteria.
You just want to do a college?
Yeah, right.
That
Get you
is-
to colleges, man.
Well, you know.
No, but that's what it is on the road. You remember that colleges
Yeah.
where
Oh, yeah.
they just you host yourself, and the kid's like, yeah, I'm not gonna bring you up. Just go.
Yeah, and
And
some
you're like,
program
what? Just say my
director
name.
at noon is like,
Yeah.
stop having fun playing Xbox.
Yeah.
We got comedy.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It really is that bad. I mean, I remember hearing about hell gigs of like performing in cafeterias, and I was doing a lot of colleges because I went to NACA and did the whole thing, and I know
Yeah,
you did
NACA,
too.
yeah.
But
APCA,
it
the
really,
worst one.
APCA. Oh my God,
The-
that's like the.
That is
Sounds
the
like a
ghetto
sheep.
version of NACA.
Yeah.
That is the one that's like right below it.
Yeah.
That is the Kia of cars.
that's the Equate.
Yeah, there you go.
Version.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Walgreens like store brand Equate when
you're
you
gonna
buy
get
like
you're gonna get schools where like
Wellness.
grandmothers are like.
yes.
That's the type of schools where grandma's like, I'm just gonna go get a communication degree. I don't know why
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah.
I
But
live
you're
in Schenectady. I have
You're
nothing
making
to do.
great money at these college kids. It's such getting colleges is such a great way for comedians at the feature act level, like low level headliner, to make a great,
Yeah.
in some cases, a great living
I mean-
doing stand up because there is no money in featuring
What?
in middle act. There's no money in
Unless
it.
the headliner takes care
Unless
of
a
you.
headliner takes care of you, which I
Yeah.
do for
Yeah.
Andrew Collin. So he is like a feature act that can like make money, but the industry needs to change or something
You
needs to
can't
happen
be a
because
rogue feature
Yeah.
act. You can't just be like a guy that like flies to
you have to have
a funny bone on your own to open for
No,
like
no.
Tommy
I
John.
mean, it feels
you
so
gotta have
good
someone
being
take
like
you under their wing.
6 years in and you're like, yeah, I'll drive 7 hours to get $1,000.
Yeah.
Any
You're just
day.
driving
You know what I'm
for a
saying?
Joe
Like
List
that.
calls it bucket money. It's like you're going to go pick up some money in a bucket on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The gig means nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because college gigs don't mean if you. Because I did college for the first time in a really long time last week. I did Tulane University on Wednesday, and I brought Andrew Collin to open for me, and he was like kind of nervous about it. I mean, it is his alma mater, but there was the same kind of nervous energy that he gets before like theater shows or like our big shows that we do. And I was like, I needed to remind him, I go, this means nothing.
Yeah.
This truly, no one will remember this. It won't be good.
Yeah.
And it's not because college students are uptight or they don't get it. They just haven't been trained. They've
they're
never been to a
kids.
comedy
That's
show.
their kids.
They
That's
don't
kids.
relate to anything you're
They're
talking
nervous.
about.
Yeah, that's my thing when I
nervous.
when I was doing colleges. Is like, first off, I realized the only people that go to comedy
Are
shows
losers.
are people. Well, I was gonna put it nicer, but I guess are essentially people that have nothing else to do, no really friend circle. So it's already
Losers.
an uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable, awkward group. And then also, I walked in there being like, they're young, I'm young looking, we're gonna hit it off
Yeah.
great. And then I'm like talking about my college experience, like, hey, you guys ever black out? You ever do mushrooms? And they're like, this is our first week. We're terrified.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
you talking
exactly.
And they're babies. I mean, they have like braces
Yep.
still. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
It's
this
How
so
is.
can you
gross.
not feel like a parent up there?
It's
Like,
terrible.
"Oh,
I
jumps,
ended
guys."
up giving a speech about not drinking and doing drugs.
I'm not joking you. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
I give them. I go. I know you all are drinking. Here's some fun things to do while you're doing that. You're gonna get your life together eventually. When you do, here's where to go. Like,
Yeah.
and I go. I know you're all virgins. So was I at your age. Let me talk to you about it. I know it sucks because they're definitely virgins.
Yeah.
If they're at the show
Yeah,
for
and
100%.
they're, like you were saying,
Yeah.
like they're at the show.
Especially
It's always
at
on a
Rutgers.
Friday night, and but I end up giving a TED talk, and I think it's actually something that I enjoy doing in a weird way. That I'm like, I could do this.
I give a TED talk to the black kids. Like, look, you're in a white school. There's no hair salons. There's no barbers. We're all gonna have horrible hairlines. And then they start laughing like, you're right. And they're like, you're all gonna have dreadlocks. It's happening.
What an interesting
so
take that I
great.
would never consider.
Man, ain't no hair salon. Like even me, when I went to Delaware, college art design, like the barber there, he cut my hairline halfway, and then said, "All right, you done." But I was so scared and by myself, like, no, it's not. But
you
he was
couldn't-
like, "Yo, you done?"
White
I
guy or
was like,
black
"Oh,
guy?
black guy. Of course, it's
And
a
he
black
fucked
guy.
up your hair?
Yeah, fucked up my hair, and I kind of like, yeah, you're done.
That's
And
black on
so
black violence.
Man, violence. It's just like he didn't give a fuck. It's Delaware.
That really does cut
Delaware,
through
they
the
don't-
tension of your
thank
the
you.
racial
Yeah.
tension of your joke.
That
Yeah.
makes racism better.
That's a good point. You're
Oh,
gonna
maybe.
have bad hair
Yeah.
in college.
You're gonna have bad hair.
Yeah, I would go to like Supercuts. I would go to I would do it myself.
I would
box
grow my
dye.
hair out and donate it to Locks of Love.
You did? Oh my god, that's so
All the
nice.
time.
I
Yeah.
had shoulder-length Jesus-looking hair
What?
in college.
Dude,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta see a picture of him
Yeah.
in college.
Dude, was
Yeah.
that
He had
your
like an
identity
eyebrow
for so
ring
long?
and
I had
like
an
Love
eyebrow
Taking Back
piercing.
Sunday.
I only wore extra large black band T-shirts. Essentially, that was like, and like big unflattering jeans. Like whenever I was like grew up in the Jenko phase of
Oh,
jeans
yes.
where they were like obnoxious. So it was like that phase of weaning off that, but it was still like
Yeah.
I looked like I was wearing. I just lost 200 pounds like that week.
Yeah.
So that, and I still have all the
Like the
same
Subway
clothes.
ad?
Yeah,
Oh, whoops,
but
sorry.
I had the hat. I just didn't cut my hair for like a year and a half, and it just was like this giant, huge mess.
Whoa.
Yeah,
it was
Were
crazy.
you
I
getting
just-
laid with that look?
I mean, I ended up meeting my now wife with that, and I can't believe that she was ever attracted. I mean, how damaged must she be? If that's what, if that's what she was like.
she the one you
that's the
puked in her face?
Yeah, right? Oh my
Oh,
God! was
what
it?
a twist!
Plot twist.
Yeah.
That's
My
your
best
wife?
friend's wedding too.
Yeah.
Wow. You met your wife in college. You're married. What's it like being? When did you get married?
I think I was 29 or
Yeah.
something. So we just, or I guess I was 28.
But how long were you with her?
So we met when we were in college. So she was a year older than me. She was sophomore, and so we met. But like we kind of started dating like in the second semester of my like freshman
Oh,
year.
wow.
So but like which weird because like that first semester it feels like way longer because that first semester I was just like full slut mode. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I was sleeping with everybody.
Oh, so you
Really?
got it out of your system.
Yeah, and there was
Got
that,
your
and
whole
there was
years
also
out.
like I
for you.
make this which which is now such an old reference, but I feel like I was always kind of like the E from Entourage, where I was not good at having like emotionless sex. You know what I mean? Like I would have sex with somebody and be like, so I guess we're gonna date now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it was like I think
Oh
necessary.
yeah, I'd scare him off with the next morning. When can I see you again?
Really?
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's
not
I've never.
ever.
That's weird.
Oh, maybe I have. Nore, what were you like?
In college?
Like, did you go through a slut phase? Are you going through one now? What's your status?
Slut phase was in the beginning of stand-up, starting up. That was my slut phase.
Oh my God, how
of,
could it
like-
not be?
But I was more like an emotional, like swinging from one breast to the other.
Oh,
That was it. Like I
Yeah.
just did not like to be alone. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
I
and-
found my fiance. She's right there.
Oh,
and
yay, hello.
yes, and finally found love. That's all that was, man. You're just looking for love
Yeah.
and didn't want to be
Yes.
alone. And like,
Yeah.
thank God.
That's
so
great.
yeah, because there's no. I mean, I grew up in the hip hop era of like, yeah, bitches and hoes, and that'll fill my heart. And like, DMX is my dad. No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not at all teaching me
Wow.
nothing good.
And how old
at
are
all.
you? Can I ask?
36.
You're 36, so that makes sense. And when did you find your fiance? How did you guys meet?
We met. All right. So she was. I hate telling the story because I know she's back there. Like, you better tell her right, motherfucker. You better get it right. No, I'm joking. But it was like actually like we knew each other from like comedy, and she's a comedian also.
Oh, nice.
Nash Rose. And
what's her name?
Nash Rose.
Nash Rose?
Yeah.
Wait,
And-
do you want to get on mic and corroborate?
Confirm
Come on,
the
get in
story?
here.
Yeah.
Get in here, please.
Come
so
on.
I don't mess it up.
Yeah,
I don't want to
get
mess
in
it
here
up.
if you want to. No pressure.
She'll come on in. Here she
Nash
goes.
Rose. Okay, so you
Ooh,
guys met
brain-
in comedy.
Met in comedy. Met on right. We knew each other through
Yeah,
the
we
blog.
met through comedy because I run this blog and we feature him on it. But he likes to tell the story that we met in the DM.
In the DMs, yeah, I know you don't
But
like that.
it
But we did.
kind of happened that way because I would always I was interested in him and I'd be in his DM and I'd say nice things and he would never get the hint. He'd just send me a heart. And I'm like, why is he not biting onto this? I'm like, you look good today. You look good in that picture. Heart.
All right, yeah.
I was just like, you know
I never
what?
knew that was flirting.
Whatever. Yeah.
I
What?
was
Are
just-
you joking me? You didn't know that was flirting?
Not at all. I
It's
thought
so hard to pick up signs.
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
you never know.
Come on,
Shut
Nikki.
up.
I didn't know
They were
that.
very
She's like,
obvious.
you look cute, and I'm
Okay.
just like, great, and it's so convenient. Heart.
Nash,
Yeah, I
okay,
love
but
it.
then here's the thing. How then? Obviously, you were dating other women before that. Are girls just like for you to know that a girl wants to hook up with you? Just have to be like, I want to suck your dick. Does it have to be that?
yeah.
Does
That's
it-
probably how dumb.
Does it have
yep.
to be that blatant? Because
Yeah.
I really need to know this.
I
Because
felt like it was very obvious.
Yes,
So like I
obviously.
backed off a little and then finally he invited me to a show and I was like, there we
Okay,
go.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes.
How much
Good
do
for
I
you
have
for
to
being
do?
persistent.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave
I
up a
do.
little.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm like,
I
how
didn't
do you
even know
not?
that.
Every single thing, like if I go back in the thread now, every single thing is heart, thanks,
And
heart.
I would be on her profile like, she's beautiful, man. I would like to like
Well,
go
what
out
were-
with her
okay,
and all that stuff. But
no.
then I didn't know the heart thing was making her go like, he does not
Nore,
get it.
okay,
I was
have
giving you
to-
my heart.
Here's my heart.
Here's my heart.
I have to ask though, like if she's writing you to pictures where she's saying you look good and it's like obviously flirt. I mean that is so obvious that she's into you. But how do
No, it's
you
just a compliment. Like,
really?
Like,
'Cause
yeah.
this is
Like,
interesting to me
you
because
seem like-
I'm her with a lot of guys. Not that, I was never that blatant about it. Like I love that you just like leaned into it because honestly, but I would think I would never do that because I'd be like it's so obvious. Clearly that wasn't even obvious. So whatever the hell I'm
dumb.
doing is not
yeah,
good.
we are dumb. We
We
do
are
not pick
so
up on the
dumb.
signs.
Yes.
Even to this day, I don't pick up on the sign where her sister came over to her house. She's like, "Oh, I want to smoke," and then she was just like, "Oh yeah, we don't have any weed." I'm like, "What are you doing? We have plenty of weed. It's right
I'm
over
like,
there."
it's
She's looking
my
at me like,
stash. We don't have
have
any
any-
more.
Yeah.
He's like, it's right over there.
You just once you say it a second time slower, that's when
"Why
we get
don't
it.
you want to share
That's what
with
you
your
should do.
sister?"
Dude, if you ever want to pick it up, you just say what you want. Hey, you look good today. Hey, you look good today. And the second
Yes.
time, we're like, oh, I see what you're doing.
I don't get it the second time.
Violently
my
kick
ex-
them under the table.
Me and
Oh
my
my-
ex
yeah.
had a code word.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't pick up on signals or signs of like when things were happening,
Bro.
and she'd be like, "Ian, stop! Just stop!" And I'd be like, "Oh, that's your code." And no. And then she'd go lavender, and I go, "You're right."
Wow.
That's good. It cuts
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, let me ask you this then. So you guys you go to, he invites you to a show, finally. I know you got all gussied up. You're like, yes, finally. This is like, and did you feel like it was going to be a date type thing? Were you like, oh, this girl might be into me, something might happen here?
I was excited that she was coming to a show, and did I feel? Yeah.
Did you curtail your material?
Yeah. No. I remember like, just kill, just fucking kill, just be
Yeah.
good,
that's
and
good.
also, but I was just happy she's just so beautiful. She's next to me, like, all right, so just do good, whatever, be open.
Yes.
And had good shows, and then we went to a bar, and then we just stayed there all night, just talking to her.
Yes.
I almost missed the show though, because I like to drink too, and that was the day I was day drinking, and then I went through this weird drunk crying, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up like just in time to meet a second show.
So there's that feeling of I sent the message, so I get in all those hearts. I sent the message like, yeah, come to a show. Nothing. And I was like, oh,
that was
she,
good. That
she
was
ghosted
good.
me? Did she ghost me?
Power
But
move.
I didn't see the scene though, so I was like, there's a little hope.
I
Maybe
knew
she'll wake up.
something happened where she got some power,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Hard
Yeah.
to get. Hard
Your
to get.
hangover or your day drinking really saved your ass, girl.
And who said drinking isn't beneficial?
Oh, get me a beer.
Let's go out after this.
All right, Crystal Palace, $11.99 half gallon.
Hilarious. Yo. So yeah.
So okay, well now, so who made the first move? What's going on there?
We made the first move.
Who leaned in for the kiss? How did the
Oh,
kiss
I
happen?
think
How long
I
did
did.
it take to
I
kiss?
did. Yeah, that was
He
me.
was very persistent. It was the first night he wanted to kiss me, and
Yeah.
and I don't know why I didn't want to kiss him. I didn't kiss him.
That was good.
He tried the first night.
Another amazing
That was good because
move.
I'm coming from my whole stages.
No,
remember?
but the
Yes.
first night he was like, because I was like, I'll catch an Uber. He's like, I'll drive you home. I'm like, no, I'll catch an Uber. Just leave me right here. And he was like, oh, just let me go and sleep on your couch. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Nice try, buddy.
And then right from there, I was like, this is love, man.
Yes, she's
No,
making
the
me
second,
work.
No, that was the second time?
second time when he tried to like come over, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh no, you just catch an Uber from here. He's like, can I use your bathroom? Which is always
Yes.
like the trick. So
Hilarious.
he comes up, he uses my bathroom, and he comes out. He's like, wow, this is nice. I'm like, that's great. I called you an Uber home. It's right outside.
Had
right
you guys kissed yet at this point?
now. We had kissed at
Yeah,
that
you had
point.
kissed.
She
yeah.
called me an Uber back home I'm in Yonkers. She lives in Brooklyn. She spent $95. Like, get the fuck out my house.
My
Oh,
God.
my
And I was
God.
just like, yeah, this is somebody special.
Yeah.
Wow.
To be like, look, here's some money. Bye-bye.
oh my
Right.
God.
Okay, and then I'm just
saw
like,
the
I got to
setup.
see her
I
again.
knew what he was trying to do.
Why
It was
did
so
you
obvious.
buy his Uber? Why didn't you go get your own Uber and get the hell out? I
didn't
just want to know
any
what that.
I just didn't want any excuses.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Because guys are sweet talkers, and he and I obviously I had feelings for him at that point, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to sleep with him, and I didn't want to be talked into it or worked into
Why
it. Or,
didn't you want to sleep with him?
I just wasn't ready to yet, and
That's good.
I mean,
That's it.
from past
'Cause-
experiences, I just wanted to, this time I'm going to get to know the person and see where it goes. And plus, we're both in comedy, and that could be a nightmare if we did sleep together and didn't work out.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I'll always have to see you. So.
Yes.
And
I was
that
just
made
determined.
you a spaceship versus a Honda Civic.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's where because like
good.
for guys we have that low key subconscious of like, can she just be a mat? I just come in and have
Yeah.
sex with blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So you have to like women do. It sucks, but you do have to show
Sorry,
your like
girls.
value to yourself.
Absolutely.
Right there.
If you're
and
listening,
her showing that value is like, all right, this is the one to get.
that's why.
This is the one to go chase.
I don't sleep with anyone before they're my boyfriend. I don't like it's
Yeah.
or at least I don't want to say like you have to be my boyfriend. We have to like shake on it because that hasn't worked for me in the past. Because guys
Yeah.
will just be like, okay, I'm your boyfriend, and then
Yeah.
and then they can still change their mind. But like I think that you just have to wait till you're ready and you trust yourself, and you have to, as long as you're it wasn't about like making him wait as much as it was trusting when you're ready. You go,
Right.
because I wasn't ready. And I really heard you when you said that, because I think a lot of times I have that rule for myself of like, oh, I'm not going to do it until he's my boyfriend. And I needed to hear that, which is like, no, it's not that. It's just until I'm actually ready. You need to like check
You
in
had
with
already
yourself.
kissed.
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
you hadn't kissed? Do you
What?
think it would have still moved forward in terms of like a romantic?
Yeah, I was persistent. Like I'm
think
gonna
so.
try to get
I
this
mean,
kiss.
yeah, I was interested.
Yeah, she liked
I
him.
was interested in it.
Yeah.
It's just I just separated the sex aspect at that point.
The sex would have happened. They just wouldn't have kissed during it.
Yeah.
Well, we
No eye
didn't
contact.
have sex until we were in a relationship, and
Yep.
I remember my friends were like, "What if you have sex and you don't like him and you're already together?" And that
Yeah.
was the whole thing. But
That's always what they say, because I talk about this a lot. And people always say, well, what if Nikki, you don't sleep with him before he's your boyfriend, you're locked in, and then what if the sex is bad? And I'm like, well, then I can get out of it.
I can walk away.
It's not until and even if you have that rule for like, I'm not gonna sleep with a guy till I'm married, you can still get out of that. But you know when the sex is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I don't know. And even if it's bad, you can work on it if you love someone and figure it out. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I love that story because it started off with you being the pursuer, but then you hung back and got the guy in the end who really wasn't to be gotten at that point in your life, or were you ready?
I was ready, but I was seeing that the value of who she is.
Yes, she had
going,
virtue.
Exactly, and that's what really hold dear to my heart. Like, all right, yes, I got to work hard for this, and that's what makes a guy really remember you and want to be there for you, and make you feel like you're the only girl in the world because you're worth it.
Yes.
And so, but if you like let us sleep the first night, second night, then we like, man.
Yeah, hard to get is the way.
It's the way.
to go.
We're simple. Look how simple it was. We can't pick up on signs. Same thing with cars. Like,
it's
why do all
hard.
guys want Teslas or whatever, and versus like a Toyota that anybody can have? We want somebody
I gotta say,
that we can't get.
Yeah.
I did the exact opposite power thing where like when I met my wife, my buddies had come over. I was like working a front desk as like a work study thing in the dorm, and my buddies came and gave me a Dunkin' Donuts cup filled with beer so I could drink during the shift. And then she came out of the elevator, and my wife and all of my roommates started hitting on her, and I was the only one who didn't. And then she was like, what's that guy's deal? And then she came back.
Jinko?
What's Jinko? Long hair.
It wasn't about hitting on her. It was more about your outfit.
Yeah. What's that woman doing with the long hair and the black t-shirts? No. And then I remember, like, this is always like the corniest thing I'll say, but this is what I feel like I knew, because I come from divorce, so I'm like, I don't believe in marriage or any of that stuff. But I remember her being, we would just keep talking for hours at the desk. And I remember being like, this is the first woman in my life that I'm like, if I can have sex with her and we're like just friends, I'll be totally cool with
I
that.
love that.
Because she's so cool as a person. Yeah. And then we did have sex.
How long did it take for you to kiss her?
She made the first move on me. We were in a bar and she was like, we're going to another bar with friends and I'll see you later. And then gave me like a goodbye hug and then gave me like a super like side of my lip kiss where it was supposed to be like, maybe I'll kiss you on the cheek, but like she knew what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She planted it strategically right at the corner of the lips. And then I followed her to the next bar, obviously. And then that's when we,
I love the story of like the woman coming to all the guys like, hey. She's like, no, get away.
It's hard.
I want that nerd at the desk.
Everybody likes the chase. Don't say nerd. I was very.
I want that guy that throws up on women.
She wasn't aware of my faults just yet.
I mean, all of this checks out. So
I love love.
Yeah, I
I'm
do
a fan
too.
of love too. I agree.
You know what I do? This is really embarrassing to admit, but I'm just gonna say it because I think it would help people if I can do it, you can do it. But my friends were talking about, my friend Anya Marina, who's on the show a lot, talked about how this thing that helped her, like, she's like in a great relationship right now. She wasn't for so many years. She was struggling to like have enough self-esteem to like appreciate someone who would even treat her well, all of those things. But she has it now. And she did this thing where she like talked to herself in the mirror and told herself, she might be embarrassed that I would even tell her, but I did it. So she would tell herself what she wants the man of her dreams to tell her, like what would be the best thing that a guy could show up at your door and like tell you, and all the things that you want, and you don't ever really think about that. Like you just kind of want someone, you don't think about like, but what do I want them to feel about me and say about me and tell me when they look deep into my eyes? And so you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself like, and I'm not going to say what I told myself, but it did teach me so much about what I want. And then ultimately you're telling yourself what you deserve and you're loving yourself. And so it's like, I got to see myself, love myself. And I did this 2 nights ago before I went out for my sets because I was a little bit stoned and I was like putting on my makeup, having to look at myself anyway. I'll try it out. And I did it, and then I was like so happy the rest of the night. Last night, I was like supposed to see this guy that I would like have a crush on, and I usually get so anxious, and I'm like, I have to look good, I have to look a certain way. I fucking got ready, and I wasn't thinking about him. And I usually am like, what would he like me to wear? I just wore whatever the fuck I wanted.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was
Hell yeah.
listening to music that didn't remind me of him. It was just
Yeah.
like, it was about me as opposed to this
You were
guy. And I
living for
felt
yourself.
so
That's
good.
right. That's what it's
and
about.
then, you know what? And then I'm on the same show as that guy, and I didn't even see him. And so it all manifested because he showed up late because he was trying to avoid
That's
me,
kind of cool.
clearly.
Make your own face a vision board. That's what
Yes.
that is.
Thank you so much for watching that clip that you just watched. Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. If you did, thumbs up it. Why don't you subscribe? Why don't you just keep watching more videos? Let them play. Share with your friends. Go share on your Instagram story. Go just have a great day.